What's up, guys? Let's have a conversation about Ellen DeGeneres and all of the things that have been spoken about recently where it involves her show. Now, a lot of people have said some negative things about the environment of the show, the Ellen Show. And there is currently an investigation going on at the moment about the show and just making sure that some of the allegations that have come out, it is true. And if it is true, what do they need to do to address it to make the workplace a better place? Because there have been some reports and some allegations of racism and harassment and a few other things that people have brought up. But what I wanted to talk about is because the show is called The Ellen Show and Ellen DeGeneres is worth a ton of money, and she is, of course, the name and face of her show. She has people that are in place that are handling the different jobs that she's hired them or somebody else has hired them to do for the show, because obviously she is not supervising everyone and she is not the one that makes sure that everyone is doing their job. See, the thing that I focus on and I concentrate on is that it's easy to make Ellen the bad person and the fall guy for all of this because, of course, it is her show and she is the name that you relate to everything that's going on. But an investigation, although, it's going on right now, a lot of these things didn't start to come out until there were people that were upset about things regarding pay reduction and different things that were going on that were the cause of the pandemic. See, none of these allegations came out before this stuff started happening where things had to be shut down and people weren't working as many hours. Some people were laid off. And that's not just with this show, but that's a number of different workplace environments where when things aren't going the way that people want them to go, then they get angry and then they call out the job or they call out who they think is the boss and they make them out to be the fall guy, when in actuality sometimes stuff just happens and you have to make cutbacks, you have to lay people off, you have to do what you can in order to save the business so that not everyone is affected, but unfortunately, some may be affected in a way that they don't like. And, and you get that. But Ellen isn't the one that's hiring and firing everyone, I'm quite sure. She's not the one that's supervising everyone. Now, there have been a couple of celebrities that have come out and made statements about Ellen not being very kind. But hey, who is all of the time? And listen, I'm not even somebody that watches or watched the Ellen Show. I've seen clips of it, but I'm not a person that watched the show and I'm not a fan of Ellen's. I just believe that sometimes people who are known to be bubbly and friendly, they get the short end of the stick when they have a bad day and they're just not pleasant like some people thought that they should be. You may see a celebrity on social media or on television or in a movie, and then you meet that person on a bad day and you ask for a picture or an autograph or something and they don't either respond to you or they don't feel like it or whatever. They don't give you the reaction that you're expecting, and then you want to say that this person is a horrible, mean person, or they're a bitch or whatever. I mean, I can even remember there was this video of this woman that tried to speak to Nene Leakes from the Real Housewives of Atlanta in an airport. And I believe Nene Leakes was on a phone call at the time, and she wasn't paying the woman much attention. And then the woman started cursing her out and calling her all kinds of names and just a lot of different things. And it was like, okay, you're being nasty to her because she didn't give you the reaction that you felt that you deserved or that you were hoping to get. Now, is that really fair? And I don't believe that it is. So where all of these things are involved with the Ellen show, is she really a bad boss? Is she really a bad person? I don't know, because I've never worked there. I've never met her in person. I don't know her personally, and I'm not going to assume that the bubbly character that she gives to the public persona that she has, is who she really is, because I don't know that. But I don't know if the negative things that people are saying about her now are accurate either, because it's easy when situations aren't going the way that you want them to go to pile on the negativity about a person and about a situation, and then other people jump on the bandwagon and say, yeah, it really is that way. Well, okay, if it really was that bad, then where was all of this before the pandemic hit? I just feel that a lot of the things that are going on in terms of the things that are coming out about the show, some of them may be true. I'm not saying that people haven't been in situations where somebody on the job treated them in a racist way or sexually harassed somebody or whatever. Those things may have happened, but was Ellen the one that did it? Was it brought to Ellen's attention? Unfortunately, you sometimes are in a position where you are so high up, where you have people who are working in your business, they aren't bringing everything to you. And honestly, because she is who she is, everything shouldn't be brought to her, because there is there are protocols in place. There is a line that you just don't cross when it comes to, certain things like that. And so if the people that are in those positions aren't doing their job, then they need to be fired. But those things need to be brought to the attention of the higher ups. And so I'm hopeful that if there are those bad apples in the bunch, that this investigation with the Warner Group that's happening right now, it will weed those people out. But is Ellen the one that is the bad guy? Should she be the fall person? I know they say it starts at the head, but I'm sorry. I'm speaking as someone who is the owner of a business and also has employees as well. You get some good ones and you get some bad ones. I've had horrible employees in the past, and I let them go when I found out things that were going on. But I've also had some great employees in the past and currently. And so, but you don't know what you don't know unless somebody brings something to you. And I'm quite sure that because of who Ellen is and everything that she has going on, just because of that, everything is not being brought to her. So I don't know if I can say that she's the bad guy. Am I going to say that everything that's being said is not accurate? No, I'm not going to say that. But she came out and she made a statement. And whether people feel that the statement was genuine or not, that's up to people's own discretion of what they want to believe. But I get it. I've been there before. I haven't had that type of situation and have something that big where I've just got this multi-million-dollar media company where I have all of these employees that are just coming out and just attack. But because of the size of my business, just a couple of people that have come out and, done something that was not good or whatever, it was devastating. And I know that as somebody who owns a business, it sucks when you have people that you have entrusted to do a job and they're taking advantage of the positions and whatever level of authority that they may have, and they're not doing the job. They're not operating in their career the way that they were hired to do, and they're just taking advantage of the roles and the titles and just making the money, and they're not making the place a better place to work. So a little bit my heart goes out to her because I understand that aspect of it, but more will be revealed. We will see what comes of these investigations, and there have been other people that have come out recently and made statements about the show. A former DJ, his name is Tony Okamboa. I don't know exactly how to pronounce that, so I apologize if I butchered that. But he came out and he made an Instagram post. And he says that he's standing with his former co-workers. He says, I have been getting calls asking me about the Ellen DeGeneres show, and I would like to address the time I spent there. I was on air talent from 2003 to 06 and from 2007 to 2013. While I am grateful for the opportunity it afforded me, I did experience and feel the toxicity of the environment, and I stand with my former colleagues in their quest to create a healthier and more inclusive workplace as the show moves forward. Now, did he come out and say that Ellen was the one that was this way? No, he didn't say that. And Ellen has said that she is disappointed to learn that this show was not the place of happiness it set out to be. I do believe that she did not want for her workplace to be this way, but I do believe that sometimes when you hire people to be in positions, because I've had people that I've hired that they said they just wanted to take the load off of me, and you're the owner, you shouldn't have to deal with, you know, how they would put it, you shouldn't have to deal with lowly staff and dealing with, you know, different situations. Let me handle that. You don't have to worry about, you know, anything. And I am pretty hands-on, and even though I do believe in delegation, it's like, no, this is my company, this is my business, I need to know about what's going on, so I'm not going to be 100% hands-off. And thank God that I've been that way, because when things would happen, I would know about it, and then I was able to make those decisions to let people go. So I've had to let managers go in the past. I've had to let employees go in the past. I've had to do what I've had to do for the sake of the business that I created, because I know the mission and the vision that I have for it. And again, with Ellen, I'm quite sure she knew the mission and the vision that she created and has for her show. So when she says, I am disappointed to learn that the show was not the place of happiness it was set out to be, I believe that. I believe she means that. And what I mean by that is when she says disappointed to learn, I believe that these are things that she is just being made privy to. And it's not stuff that she just knew off the rip and she just didn't care. She's just cold and callous and she's all about her cash and screw the people who are working here. I don't believe that. I just don't. I could be wrong, but again, it's my opinion. Now, I'll say again, I'm not an Ellen fan. I'm not an Ellen hater. I don't watch the show, never have. I've only seen clips of it. So I don't know a whole lot about her, but she was an actress before she became a talk show host and had her own show. A lot of people don't really talk about that or remember that either. So again, we're talking about somebody who acts for a living. So I'm, again, not saying that she's a sweet and nice person and I disagree with what people are saying, but I'm just talking about from the aspect of being an employer, having a company that you own, that you're hiring people. Now, does she really own the Ellen Show? I mean, I believe she has some ownership rights to it, but the Warner Group is coming in to do an investigation. So I don't know where the lines are drawn, where that is involved, but I think that's a good thing that there is some types of checks and balances in place so that an investigation can be done to see if the claims that people are giving are legitimate. And I also do understand that some people feel that if their livelihood is being threatened, then they're not going to say anything about anything. But if they feel like they're in a place where there's nothing to lose, then maybe then they'll bring things out. And that's why I'm saying that it's possible these things are coming out now because people's pay has already been cut. People may have already been laid off and, you know, different things that have happened due to the pandemic. So now it's kind of like, well, what do I have to lose? But before, I was making a decent amount of money. I was making my income for my living and for my household, and I didn't want to screw anything up to, you know, to just mess up the situation that I have with my life and my livelihood. But now that that's already been cut, I might as well bring it all to the table. So that's possible too. But again, I'm just speaking from the aspect of someone who is in a very higher up position who doesn't handle company complaints and those different types of things. It's just possible, and I just believe that the people that have been in the positions, the producers and whatever other titles there are that are beneath Ellen, and Ellen isn't handling all of those things, I believe that those situations are coming from those people and not necessarily from Ellen. That's not to say that Ellen isn't, a mean person. She very well may be a mean person because, again, like I said, she is an actress. She acted before she had this talk show. So she can act like a very nice, cool-headed, fun to be around person, but in actuality, she's just a cold-hearted, mean bitch in real life. So that's possible as well. You can be a hateful, mean bitch, but also have an efficient company where you have people in place that are doing their jobs and there's no type of toxicity in terms of harassment and intimidation and racism and all of those different things, because that's just you operating an efficient business, but in real life, you're just like a person who doesn't want to be bothered. So she could be one of those people, but also having horrible people in positions of power that are handling things in the company and things are not going efficiently. And actually, there is a lot of tension and toxicity in the business. So those are just some of my thoughts on the situation, guys. You let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Thanks for supporting the channel by clicking the links in the description box. And I really appreciate you guys liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. Hit the notifications bell so you know whenever I do upload another video. This is the Minister of Beauty here to share the Bible. That's business, inspiration, beauty, life, and enjoyment.